Oh, hello. We got 5 people online already, and welcome to Baumber's big Butlins quiz. You know, whatever the number tonight, we're going to have a great time. The next 45 minutes of thrills and spills, 50 questions, different categories, all good. Having a bit of a beer. 1 minute, please. Yeah, so as promised, there is a green team round, but unlike promised, it's only 5 questions. I've put in more picture rounds, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. The message will be there. The message will be clear. So anyway, yes, 50 questions and a small prize for the highest scoring Butlins employee tonight. So there you go. There is actually a prize tonight. You won't know what it is tonight, but it is a prize, and that's all that matters. Hello, Otis. Hello, Paul. How are you doing? We've got 6 on the stream already. We've got 5 minutes to go. Invite your friends. Invite anyone you know. And, let's get going. Room is looking much better. Thank you, Paul. The plaster has done. We've even got a carpet in here now. It's crazy. Paul, what do you call alumni of the quiz? I think he's been there from the very start when I started these back in, May 2020. I think we did about 31 together. Yeah, so an alumni of the quiz, ready to quiz himself senseless tonight on Baumber's big Butlins quiz. We've got a food and drink round. We have a history round. Everyone knows history, don't they? We have a sport from 2021 round. What else have we got? Baumber's greatest hits picture round. We've got a geography round because everyone loves geography. And we start with a little bit of general knowledge. Julian, it's never too early for beer chat. I am on currently a Brit hop. Yes, that's correct. Brit hop from the Buxton Brewery in a lovely glass. Check out that glass. Got it on holiday. Classic glass, that is. And it's got a lovely chiseled bit in the bottom, which keeps the bubbles going up. We've now got 10 on the streams. We've entered double figures on the stream. We have 8 waiting to start quizzing. I'm sure we can pump those numbers up a bit more because we've got 3 minutes left. Let's try and get to double figures. That'll do, won't it? Double figures. Yeah. So anyway, how's everyone's week been? It's really hot tonight. I'm not a fan of this temperature. I've got a dog now, and he's annoying. So yeah, he's in a mood where he just wants to walk around constantly rather than lay down and chill out. Dogs are like that though. Found a shop called Beer in Ambleside. Oh, lovely. Just get as many as you can, while it's the time is right. So yeah, we got 9 on the stream. We got 9 waiting to quiz. We got 10 on the quiz. That'll do. That means there's going to be a top 10. And that's all that really matters. There's going to be a top 10. Excellent. Good stuff. Oh, this is lovely. Very 6.8% though. So yeah, tasty. So if I remember rightly, we start with a general knowledge round, which will be good, won't it? Because everyone loves general knowledge. And with 2 questions on Butlins, that's really all that makes this quiz any different from my normal quizzes that I do. We've got 2 questions on Butlins, and then we have got a green team round as well. Is my mum not joining? Well, she said she might, Paul. Not being a Butlins employee, she's welcome, but she can't win the prize. It's the top scoring Butlins employee will win the prize tonight, not my mum, because that will be a conflict of interests. So Julian Thrasher is just about to start a boxcar pink balloon. I'm assuming that is a beer. Good on you, Julian. Good stuff. And started with a Northern Monk Faith. Oh, one of my favourites. You can now get them in 440 milliliter cans from Tesco, just for anyone who's really bothered. So yeah, we've got Otis, we've got Paul, we've got Julian, we've got 11 on the quiz. These numbers are shooting up. Come on now. Obviously, everyone else is enjoying this lovely balmy evening we're having in a beer garden, or as may be the case, still at work, because it's a very busy break today. Oh, a lovely Daddy Longlegs joining in the stream. So yes, we are about ready to start. That is my granddad's clock bonging on 8, but it's a bit early. It's not quite 8 yet, so I'm not going to start yet. Still got 11 to go. It's got 10 on the stream. We'll give it another minute and then we'll get on. If anyone you know hasn't joined, pop them the link and we can get them involved. If John from Minehead wins, can you ship the prize to him? I can indeed, yes.
Butlins employee.
Butlins employee, he can have the prize.
And Julian's wife is a Butlins employee.
Oh yes. Paul just telling me I hadn't eaten any game birds before. I was pheasantly surprised. Very good. Right, we might as well get on with this because I think this is all we're going to get. And that's okay. We got double figures. I thought we might get no one. So let's get on with it. First round, general knowledge. You've got 20 seconds. If you've not done this before, if there's anyone new in here, I imagine there might be someone maybe. 20 seconds to answer each question. 20 seconds for me to talk absolute nonsense, and then we go on to the next question. So here we go. Starting it right now. Oh, right now. I'm sure I want to start the game. Yes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. When was the first Butlins opened? Was it in 1936? I've just lost my quiz. Don't worry. 1935, 1937, or 1938? We have 9 people who already answered that question. That's still not going to get a top 10. We've got more. Oh, we've got a top 10. We've got 10 people answered. Otis leads the way after the very first question. 1936 was the answer, with 90% of you got that right. I'm guessing the one person who didn't will be my mum, because she does not work for Butlins. She's bottom of the list. And that's good. It's good in a way we've only got 10, because I can see what all of your scores are. Works for me. Okay. Which of these are past Butlins locations? There might be 1, there might be 2, there might be 3, might be all 4. Is it Southampton, Ayr, Clacton, or Great Yarmouth? I want actual Butlins resorts, not just places where you've got Butlins hotels, because I know they were around for a while. These are Butlins resorts I want here. Okay, and the past Butlins locations are Ayr and Clacton, not Great Yarmouth. Fruit Snake leads the way. Alan Oliver, head of the people team, is raring to go with John B in second place. Next question on the general knowledge round. We've actually got more on the screen than on the quiz. That's weird. Okay. On which Beatles album would you find Michelle? Is it Abbey Road, Beatles for Sale, Revolver, or Rubber Soul? So there you go. That's your Butlins questions. Now we're into general knowledge. Yeah, my mum doing really well. Yeah, really well, Mum. Well done. So which Beatles album would you find Michelle? Is it Abbey Road, Beatles for Sale, Revolver, or Rubber Soul? It is Rubber Soul. It's only 10% if you got. That's a shame. So one person got that right. Again, better than we have 10 in, because I know exactly how many people have got that right. And one person got it right. It was Rubber Soul. Okay, next question in the general knowledge round. When I grow up, said the molecule, I want to be inert gas. How noble, said the parents. Where in the body is the macula? Is it the eye, the mouth, the foot, or the arm? The macula. See, general knowledge, absolute nonsense. Who'd know that? Oh, and Paul, my mate Paul's just told me the reason I've got 12 is because he's listening on his Amazon device. How very strange of him. The macula is in the eye. Yes, the eye is 30% of you got correct. Well done to you. Lovely here. Okay, so the macula is in the eye. Next question in the general knowledge round before we move on to another thrilling round. What colour is bilirubin, a major ingredient of bile? Now, think about vomit in this, and you might be far wrong. Is it red, yellow, orange, or green? So what colour is bilirubin? Because, of course, bile sits in the stomach and is ejected through your mouth when you vomit. So what colour is that substance? It is yellow, as 6 of you got correct, so well done, you 6. So Daddy Longlegs making an annoying noise above my head, but never mind. Paul said he knew that one, but chose the wrong one. We've all said that before, Paul. Which 3 countries finished above Team GB at the Olympics? Yes, it's time for sport in 2021. Is it USA, China, Australia, or Japan? So which 3 countries finished above Team GB at the Olympics? We, of course, finished a very respectable 4th in the medals table, but 3 countries did appear above us. And who were those 3? You tell me. It was the USA, China, and Japan. So well done, most of you. The Daddy Long-Legs has got something now, just hovered above my head there. I don't know if you saw that, but it seems to have captured some dust and he's having a great time with it. So, yeah, I'm sure he'll make another appearance before we finish. Who was England's top scorer in Euro 2020? Is it Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Jack Grealish, or Mason Mount? Let me put that on silent. Noisy phone. So, who was England's top scorer in England in Euro 2020? Of course, held in 2021, but still called Euro 2020. England, of course, the runners-up in the tournament. Their top scorer was Harry Kane with 4 goals, not Raheem Sterling, actually. Started well, slowed down. I asked my date to meet me at the gym today. She didn't show up. That's when I knew we weren't going to work out. I love that one, Paul. All ones are the best. And problem is, I haven't got my daughter here to get me a beer at the moment, and I've ran out. But we'll soon sort that out in a minute. Which of these events did Team GB win at Tokyo 2020? Is it the women's triple jump, the men's modern pentathlon, the men's 4x100 meters, or the men's synchronized 10-meter platform? So it could be one of them, could be 2 of them, could be 3 of them, could be all 4.
What did you want?
It is the men's modern pentathlon and the men's synchronized 10-meter platform. The cherry lager, I think. It's in like a red can. So yeah, the men's modern pentathlon was one, and the men's synchronized 10-meter platform. Of course, Tom Daley's first gold medal at the Olympics, which was great to see. I thought I'm going to change the lighting in here and see how it works. You tell me if it's better or worse. Oh dear. Oh, no, that's not worked. No, it's just not working. Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. That's better, isn't it? How many goals did Scotland score at Euro 2020? I'll let you look at that. It's 1. Yeah, they scored 1 goal. That was it. So I think it was they lost 2-0 to the Czech Republic. They drew 0-0 with us, and then they lost 3-1. I think to Czech Republic. Yeah, lost 2-0 to Denmark. No, not Denmark. I don't know. I can't remember. They just scored 1 goal. That's all you need to know. Who is the most decorated Olympian for Team GB of all time? This is Charlotte Dujardin, Bradley Wiggins, Jason Kenny, or Laura Kenny. Of course, Jason Kenny married to Laura Kenny, hence the second name. Yeah, so this is what I'm having next, if anyone's interested. It's a cherry lager called Cherry Baby, and it is, it's 4.8%, and it is all the way from Aldi. Jason Kenny is the answer. He became the most decorated Olympian this time in Tokyo when he won his gold in the Keirin, I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong on that. And I will give you the top 10. I should have done it then, but I'm waffling on about my cherry lager. I will give you after the next question, because we are about to enter the geography round. Is Ibiza part of the Canaries or the Balearics? I often go to Ibiza because I love club music. But is it in the Canaries or the Balearics? You tell me. So yeah, Julian, if you fancy this, it's cheap and it's in Aldi. I haven't tried it yet, so I'll let you know what it's like. It is in the Balearics, as nearly all of you put 90.9%. Wait, if there's 90.9%, I'm guessing we may have got 1 more on the quiz. How exciting! Which could mean my mum is not bottom, but we'll find out in a minute. I was going to give you the top 10 then, but I got very excited by the fact we've got more than 10. In which country would you find Jerez? Is it Portugal, Spain, Greece, or Italy? Now, if you're an F1 fan, you should know this. If you're not an F1 fan, you might not know this. So there's a bit of nonsense for you. So yeah, I'll give you the top 10 in a minute after I've told you the answer to this one. The answer is, we have got 11. It's Spain is 27.3%. If you said, here we go, top 10. Christine Baumber in 10th. Elliot is in 9th. Richard Sherwood in 8th. Paul is in 7th. Hannah S in 6th. Otis in 5th. Team Thrasher find themselves in 4th. Fruit Snake in 3rd. John B in 2nd. And leading the way with 69 points is Tommy Tank. What is the remarkable feature? The remarkable feature of the caves at Lascaux in southwest France is it the largest cave formation in Europe? Is it sinkholes of over 100 feet? Does it have cave paintings, or does it contain mass graves? Can anyone who's on the chat, there's not many of you on tonight on the chat, let me know if they can hear that annoying buzzing. It's annoying me. Yes, it is cave paintings. There's 45.5% of you said. Julian Thrasher, yes, that was a track in F1 97, correct? Yes, F1 97. What a classic game. Cherry Lager, here we go. Wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother. That's foul. What are the 3 Baltic states? Estonia, Norway, Finland, Lithuania, or Latvia? Yes, so the cherry lager, it basically tastes like they've got a really rubbish lager and whacked a cherry drop in it. Oh, it's quite disgusting. So I won't bother. Yeah, it's Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia. Paul was on the way home from work this morning and passed a guy with a loom on his front seat. He was weaving all over the place. Oh, Jesus. I have missed this. You know, it could just be me and you on the quiz, Paul, just telling jokes and answering questions about Baltic states. In which country could you visit? Is it Madagascar, the United Arab Emirates, Afghanistan, or Qatar? In which country would you visit? It's very tight at the top. Only 4 points over the top 3. So, you know, can't call this one yet. No runaway leader. So that's the end of the geography round. Is in Qatar. There you go. Who knew that? Not many of you. Well, nearly half of you actually knew that. 45.5% of you knew that. And some exciting news, my mum is not bottom of the leaderboard. So here we go. That's the geography round done. We're nearly halfway. You can soon go back to whatever you were doing this evening. It's time for the film round. Who co-directed the 2005 film The Corpse Bride with Mike Johnson? Is it Tim Burton, Quentin Tarantino, the Russo brothers, or David Lynch? So The Corpse Bride, weird, spooky. Who was it? It was Tim Burton, as nearly all of you know. The Russo brothers, of course, directors of the Avengers, the latest Captain America film and the latest Avengers film, I believe, but not did they have anything to do with The Corpse Bride. That was Tim Burton. But, you know, you all had to go, and good on you. So here we go. Next question in the film round. What animals are members of the Rescue Aid Society in the Disney film The Rescuers? Is it gerbils, cats, mice, or dogs? So in The Rescuers, there's a couple of them, and they make up the Rescue Aid Society. What type of animals are they? Gerbils, cats, mice, or dogs? We have a joint leader currently. It is mice, as 63.6 of you got right. Well done to 63.6 of you. They look a bit like gerbils, yeah, but they are in fact mice. And Paul from Cygnus again. We were trekking when someone shouted when someone shouted help, just got bitten by a snake. Anyone got any antidote? I said I have an anecdote about snake bite, but no antidote. Everyone laughed except one guy. Who played Will Ferrell's ice skating partner in 2007 film Blades of Glory? Is it Owen Wilson, John Heder, Vince Vaughn, or Ben Stiller? So I've never seen it, but I'm pretty sure it'd be classic Blades of Glory. Who played Will Ferrell's ice skating partner? It was John Heder, as 10% of you got, which would suggest one of you got that right. So well done to that one person. And I can tell you that the first top 3 are again still separated by only 4 points. Quantity isn't there with people, but quality definitely is. Maggie Fitzgerald is the leading character in which boxing film? Rocky, Fighter, Raging Bull, or $1 Million Baby? Is it Rocky, Fighter, Raging Bull, or $1 Million Baby? So that's Maggie Fitzgerald. Was looking at tapes at a record fair. Partner saw Jagged Little Pill. Oh, look, there's Alanis Morissette. I can't. $1 Million Baby, as 63.6 of you said. A couple of you thought that it was Raging Bull, the Robert De Niro classic, starred Maggie Fitzgerald. I don't think she was even alive, but you know, you had to go. What is Tom Hanks' occupation in the film I've never heard of, but maybe you have? The 1985 film The Man with One Red Shoe. Was he a violinist? Was he a cobbler? Was he a detective? Or was he a policeman? Paul from Skegness just called the tinnitus hotline, but it just kept ringing. Tom Hanks' occupation in The Man with One Red Shoe, he was a violinist. Who knew that? Anyone know that? No, of course you didn't, because it's a ridiculous question. But I can tell you, still, the top three are separated by 4 points. Only 4 points. I reckon it's going down to the wire. How many feathers are there in the crest of the Prince of Wales? Is it 5, 3, 4, or 2? Yes, it's the round everyone will enjoy, the history round. I'm going to have another swig of this terrible drink, and then we'll continue. Yeah, that is officially terrible. There are 3, and all of you got that correct. Well done, all of you. And well done, all of you. Brilliant. Of course, if you're new to this, it is slightly twinged, slightly inflected towards people who answer very quickly. So fastest finger usually wins. What was the official colour of the Roman emperors? Is it red, gold, green, or purple? What happened when Ramses II and Nefertatu passed gas at the same time? They had a toot in common. Thank you, Paul. I have got a slight cold, but don't worry, COVID test has been done. I'm clear. Purple, as 54.5% of you said, was the official colour of the Roman emperors. Might get better the more you have, Julian Thratter has suggested. Well, after my second sip, I can confirm that has not happened. So next question coming up. We're nearly halfway through Baumber's big Butlins quiz. Which city housed the court of Charles I during the English Civil War? Is it Cambridge, London, Oxford, or Liverpool? Otis, he's quick on there. Very quick on answering. Whether he knows it, I don't know. Maybe he does. He's a big fan of Charles I, but I don't know if he knew where his court was. Maybe he did. His court was in Oxford, not Cambridge, Oxford, and not in London, and not in Liverpool. What percentage is it? Julian's right, it's 4.8%. So about like stellar level, I guess, in terms of strength for a lager. It's just pretty awful. Otis King got that right. What did I notice? In which century was India's Magal Empire founded? So which century? Is it 16th century, the 14th century, the 12th century, or the 13th century? The Magal Empire. Quickly get your answers in. There's a few very slow on the fastest finger first there. It is the 16th century. The Magal Empire was founded in 1526. We have 2 slight runaway leaders at the moment. 3 points separate them. John and Fruit Snake have fallen back a little, but I will give you a full top 10 after the next question. In 1901, Emil Adolf von Behring became the first recipient of which Nobel Prize? Is it physiology, peace, literature, or physics? I should say it's physiology, and medicine. It is in fact what it was in. Is it peace, literature, or physics? So it's physiology and medicine, peace, literature, and physics. It is physiology because Emil created an antitoxin for diphtheria and became known as the savior of children. So there you go. Something to tell people tomorrow about Emil Adolf von Behring. And does it compare to Cherry Coke? I wish it did. I really wish it did. It doesn't. Okay, so it's the green team round. The reason we're all here, and I'm grateful to see that we've got 2 members of the green team with us tonight. How many single-use plastic bottles are used in the UK every day on average? 21 million, 38.5 million, or 53 million. So every day on average, how many single-use plastic bottles are used? 38.5 million. So if you take anything from tonight, maybe next time you go for a Morrison's meal deal, go for the can, not the bottle, because cans are easier to recycle. Or better yet, don't have Morrison's meal deal, just get a sandwich and make your own drink at home. What happened in the UK for the first time at 1 p.m. on the 7th of June 2017? Is it the carbon emissions plateaued for the first time since 1990? Did water levels in aquifers in southern England reach sustainable levels for the first time in a decade? Or was more than half the electricity demand in the UK from a renewable source. Yes, very interesting green team round. I hope it sends a good message to everyone. It is, yes, half the electricity on that day was from a renewable source. Paul recently applied for a job as a road sweeper, but they gave him the brush off. He went to the doctor as well, as I was getting depressed about finishing crossword puzzles too quickly. He said, "Don't get too down." How many pieces of litter are estimated to enter the sea on a daily basis? So in one day, how many pieces of litter enter the sea? Is it 8 million, 5 million, or 2 million? Yes, not really anything you'd actually know, but how many pieces? It is 8 million. So 8 million pieces of litter enter the sea on a daily basis, which I find kind of disgusting because I've never knowingly littered in my life, and I don't know why you would. But to say that 8 million pieces of litter enter the sea on a daily basis is quite a scary stat. But there you go. And that's a stat from, I believe, 5 years ago. It's probably got worse. Okay, so which of these countries emits the most carbon dioxide? UK, China, or USA? So which of these countries, again, this is from 2018, I believe, 2019, but which of these countries emit the most carbon dioxide? It's going to be one of those three, let's be honest. But which is it? It is China, as nearly every one of you put. China does emit the most carbon dioxide. Shocking. Indeed, Julian Thrasher, and I think that referred to the litter in the ocean. It is shocking, really. I'm not quite sure how that happens or why that happens, but yes, mostly McDonald's wrappers, he expects. You're probably right. Which year was the hottest on record? So again, we're tying climate change here. This is a trick question, as I put there, and there may be two answers. Is it 2020, 2009, 2016, or 2012? Oh, lovely cherry lager. Oh, that was a hiccup. So it was 2 years. It's 2020 and 2016. And both those years, there's a global average temperature 1 degree higher than the baseline mean between 1950 and 1981. It's a very fashionable, very expansive way of saying it was hot. Okay, food and drink round. What type of pasta is shaped like a corkscrew? Fusilli, penny, macaroni, and rigatoni. So while you're answering that question, if you get anything from tonight, if you can just remember one of those stats I've just given you, share it to a couple of your mates, and make an impact on them. My job's been done tonight. Okay, the type of pasta that's shaped like a corkscrew is fusilli, as every one of you got. We've now got 12 on the quiz. Someone's turned up with literally hardly any of the quiz left. Fair play to you. Now, the type of pasta that's shaped like a corkscrew is fusilli, as 100% of you said. We have only got 19 questions left, and we have a very tight leaderboard. What colour is a Sangiovese grape? I can't say that word. Is it purple, black, green, or red? Paul is telling me that a man was rushed to hospital after choking on a handful of chocolate-covered toffees, orange creams, and raisins. He was pronounced dead on arrival. Oh, Jesus. It is red, as none of you put, and I never gave you that top 10, so let's quickly go through it. Richard Sherwood finds himself in 10th, 9th is Christine Baumber, 8th is Elliot, 7th is Paul, 6th is Tommy Tank, who's gone right down, 5th is Otis, 4th is Fruit Steak, Team Thrasher in 3rd, Hannah S in 2nd, and the runaway leader at the moment, John B. Madeline's cakes are traditionally made in what shape? Round, shell-shaped, conical, or square? I was a bit concerned when I let my property to 4 arsonists, but they're actually getting on like a house on fire. Madeline's cakes are traditionally shell-shaped, obviously, as 83.3% of you said. A couple of you, or 3 of you, probably put square. They're not square. They're shell-shaped. Okay, next question. Coming up in the food and drink round. And get ready for the last 10 questions, which is the greatest hits of all my pitch rounds I've ever done. So the people who've been here quite a long time will probably do very well. Burpees golden is a variety of which vegetable? Is it a leek? Is it a Brussels sprout? Is it a beetroot? Or is it carrot? So Paul from Skegness says, to whoever stole my oversized clock, you owe him big time. It is a beetroot. Yeah, a burpees golden is a beetroot. It's not a Brussels sprout. No, as Julie the Trasher said, it's not. No, it's not a Brussels sprout. It's a beetroot. And we have an incredibly tight leaderboard from 2nd to 6th, but the runaway leader is John B currently. Which well-known whiskey is distilled at the Glen Turret Distillery? Is it Famous Grouse, Bell's, Grant's, or Jameson's? My mate keeps turning up at my house dressed as different shapes. I'm sure he'll be round tomorrow, says Paul. Oh dear. So which well-known whiskey is distilled at the Glen Turret Distillery? It is Famous Grouse. A third of you said. Not the horrible Bell's, not horrible Grant's, and not, I quite like it, Jameson's. Slightly better than Bell's and Grant's. Famous Grouse is distilled at the Glen Turret Distillery. And John B knew that one, which means John B has taken a 20-point lead. In The Simpsons, what are the names of Ned Flanders' sons? Is it Tom, Bill, Rod, or Todd? Sons suggests there's going to be more than one answer here. My brother got ran over by a horse box yesterday. He's in a stable condition. To be fair, Paul, probably best tonight, actually. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I like it. Rod and Todd, you all got that correct. You all got it very quickly. Otis has taken a jump in the leaderboard. And wow, I tell you, the leaderboard from 6th to 2nd, that is exciting. John B, though, absolutely flying. Okay, next question. The character of Villanelle, played by Jodie Corner, appears in which series? Is it The Fall? Is it Killing Eve? Is it Dr. Foster? Or is it Taboo? The Great Question is questionable. No. I looked that up before we started, Alan. So anyway, it doesn't matter. It's Killing Eve, as nearly all of you put. Apart from one who put Dr. Foster. So there we go. If you could tell me why it's questionable, Alan, please let me know in the comments below. He says it's purple. Well, King of the Hill was set in which US state? Is it Florida, Dakota, California, or Texas? King of the Hill. I'm sorry about this bloody horrible tissue. It's not very good, is it? King of the Hill was set in Florida, North Dakota, California, or Texas. Well, Alan, even if you'd have got that right, you'd have still been nowhere near top, so stop moaning. The King of the Hill was set in Texas. Yes, so there we go. I didn't really like that show. Alan says the Sanguinese grape is definitely purple. So if anyone could look that up, that'd be great. I won Sanguinese grape or something. I won an online auction for a classic car, which was a triumph. In what year did the last episode of Friends air? Was it 1999? Was it 2002? Was it 2004? Was it 2008? I should have told you, but I'm sure you've worked out this is the TV series round. So which year did the last episode of Friends air? It was 2004. As only 25% of you got. There is a slight tightening of the leaderboard. John B is slightly losing his grasp on first, but we'll, there's a picture round coming up. My doobie's ripped open, so I'm feeling a little down, says Paul. Okay. Nicholas Lung, who's he? He's nice. Nicholas Young and Peter Vaughan Clark were original cast members of which sci-fi series? The Sci-If series on what I've written. So that's my first spelling mistake, the whole quiz. Don't think I did well. Don't think I did too badly. Sci-fi series, first broadcast in the 1970s. Is it Tomorrow People, Red Dwarf, Quantum Leap, or Star Trek? It is the Tomorrow People. And with that question, John B is 6 points ahead of Tommy Tank, who is 1 point ahead of Team Thrasher, who is a further 8 points ahead of Hannah S, who is a further 6 points ahead of Otis. And that is your top 5. I reckon any of those top 5 could be in for the prize. Name the beer company. Here we go. It's Baumber's Greatest Hits picture round. Is that Tiny Rebel? Is that Vocation? Is it Brewdog, or is it the Northern Brewing Company, who, despite the incredibly boring name, are an incredibly good brewer? Lovely, lovely beer from there. So name the beer company. Caroline says it's my third spelling mistake. Well, that is Tiny Rebel Brewery. That little bear's from. I'm just going to turn around and blow my nose because I'm sure no one wants to see my horrendous tissue with about 300 holes in it. Okay, that's better. Okay, name the town where you'd find this pier. I went here this year. That's your clue. Is that Skegness? Is it Cromer, Brighton, or Clacton? Bear in mind she's an accountant. Exactly. More interested in numbers than spelling. So I think she's wrong. So name the town where you'd find this pier. Is it Skegness, Cromer? It is Cromer. And we have a new leader. No, we don't have a new leader, but we have a new second place. I got very excited for a minute. It's incredibly tight from first to third. That is Cromer Pier. A lovely pier. At the end of that pier, there's actually... shut up, Alan. There's actually a lifeboat ramp that goes down into the sea. Which horror-connected universe is this doll featuring? Is it the Child's Play universe, the Phantasm universe, the Cube universe, or the Conjuring universe? That doll, because she's in her own film, but she's also in the other films as well. I wouldn't say it's a franchise as such, but it is like a connected universe. So in which one of them does she feature in? It is the Conjuring, as 58.3% if you said. I would suggest with about 7 questions left, we still have 3 people who could win this one. Okay, here we go. Question 44 in the Baumber's Greatest Hits picture round. Name the video game. Name that classic video game. Is it Sensible Soccer? Is it Actual Soccer? Is it Kickoff 2? Or is it FIFA 97? I broke 4 joysticks playing this very game back in the day, but it was worth it because what a game. Is it Sensible Soccer, Actual Soccer, Kickoff 2, or FIFA 97? And I'm glad to see that 58% of you, of course, knew that was Sensible Soccer. What a classic.
I was just reading what Alan put.
Yes.
If it had said Southwold.
Don't say that, Sarah, please. Went to see my doctor about my obsession with birds. He said I'd taken a turn for the worst. Where would you find this roller coaster? Again, a clue. I've been here this year. Is that Lightwater Valley? Is it Chessington World of Adventures? Is it Drayton Manor? Or is it Alton Towers? Sarah, why are you looking at that picture really closely and wondering where it is? I've just told you I've been there. We've only been to one theme park this year.
I was trying to read the comments.
Is Drayton Manor, as half of you put? That is Shockwave. Unfortunately, when I got to said ride, the queue was that long, I never got on it. But we went there for my daughter's birthday and she enjoyed it. So that's fine. That's fine. Even in the rain, yeah. Where would you find this unique pier? Is that Bournemouth, Southwold, Wells next to the sea, or Hunstanton? We still have a I would suggest, two-way fight to lead, unless the third person pulls his finger out. But I don't think it's going to happen because he's too far back. But where would you find this unique pier? That indeed, as half of you said, is Southwold Pier. Last night I threw a ball for my dog. Why not? I think he looks good in a tuxedo. Okay, so with 4 questions left, John B and Team Thrasher are fighting for the lead, fighting for that prize, which they will receive in the post because neither of them work in Skegness. What brand is missing off this label? Is it Carling, Foster's, Carlsberg, or Tennant's? Julian Thrasher tells me he destroyed his joystick with Daley Thompson's Decathlon. Julian Thrasher, again, showing that he is literally me in a different body. What brand is missing off this label? It is Carling, as all of you got horrible, horrible, watery Carling can be found with that label. I took my son out this morning to play Frisbee. After about 10 minutes, I thought a real Frisbee would be much better. Very good. Where would you find this roller coaster? The name of said roller coaster is the Grand National. But would you find it at Fantasy Island? Would you find it at Butlins? Bottoms, I should say, not Butlins. It's not at Butlins. I wish that was at Butlins. That'd be amazing. Was it at Bottoms? Was it Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach? Or was it at Blackpool Pleasure Beach? That roller coaster called the Grand National.
No, switch it off.
Oh, yeah. It is Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And with 2 questions left, unless Team Thrasher are very quick on the buzzer, it might be John B's to lose. Here we go. Name the video game. Is that Virtua Fighter? Is it Shenmue? Is it Street Fighter? Or is it Mortal Kombat? They're having a fight there, aren't they? Which would suggest a fighting game. But is it a fighting game? You tell me. Is it Virtua Fighter, Shenmue, Street Fighter, or Mortal Kombat? And the answer is Shenmue, as 58% of you said. Well done, 58% of you. An obscure video game. First and second, didn't know that one. But Tommy Tank did. He's in third. Okay, the last question on Baumber's big Butlins quiz coming up. I believe it's horror film based. To which horror franchise does this chap, in which horror franchise, I should say, does this chap ply his trade? Is it Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, or Urban Legend? Lovely chap, but where does he ply his trade? The chef at Fawlty Towers could not provide pesto for the guests, as Basil could not be found. It's Friday the 13th, as a 3.3% of you said, and that is it done. Baumber's big Butlins quiz comes to an end with 50 of your finest questions. I will give you the top 10 in roughly 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds time. Here we go. Apparently, according to my iPad, I've successfully hosted a quiz. 12 people were interested. That's nice. 10th is Richard with 151 points. 9th, Elliot with 164 points. Two points behind the non-Butlins employee, Christine Baumber, with 166 points. In 7th, by 1 point, is Otis with 195 points, because 1 point ahead is Paul with 196 points. Tommy Tank just loses out to Fruit Snake by 1 point with 205 points. Fruit Snake is with 206 points, 4th. With 3rd is Hannah S with 209 points. Bronze medal for you. 2nd is Team Thrasher with 226 points. Just fell away at the end. And 1st, a newbie to the quiz, which is great to see. Baumber's big Butlins quiz has brought one into the fold. It's John B with 239 points. Well done, John. See, yeah, very good. And my dog's excited as well. He loves the quiz. You love the quiz. So thank you, all of you, for taking part. I'll be doing another before the end. Probably not Butlins based, probably more Richard Baumber quiz based. But I've enjoyed it anyway. You know, as I say, if you take anything from this quiz, you know, look at those green facts I gave you, take them back to your mates and say, come on, sort it out. And where is Charlotte? Says my mum, she's upstairs being antisocial, as all teenagers / children are. Julian Thrasher says he's more of a Tekken man. That was from a while ago. Anyway, we're going now. Thank you all for taking part. Only 38 minutes of your time, only 38 minutes of your day. If you have a friend, invite them to the next one, which I'll sort in a few weeks / months. And we'll definitely do a Christmas one. What is the prize? Says Paul from Skegness. The prize is a £10 Love to Shop voucher, which is winging its way to John B in Minehead. So you go. You can spend that on anything you want. Up to £10. Well done. Get that coal better, says my mum. I'll try. Julian Thrash is looking forward to the next one already and says see you soon. Otis King says cheers. That's great. Thank you all for taking part. We'll see you soon. And yeah, thank you. Have a lovely evening and have a lovely weekend. In a bit.
Why do we not?